There's a quote by author Stephen King. It reads, "You can, you should, and if you're brave enough to start, you will." That's a quote that lives with me daily as a reminder that today is all we have. These three objects I'm about to share with you guys are a key role in representing who I am as a person and how I'll navigate my near future. To start, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Caleb. I'd like to take a few moments to share who I am, and hopefully you all can do the same with me in return. And who knows, when it's all said and done, we might even have some things in common and can pass each other a few tokens of knowledge. Today I will discuss three objects of mine: a picture, a jersey, and a photography camera, who not only shaped who I am, but will help shape who I will become in the future. First, I will discuss what this jersey means to me. You can see by how small it is, how young I was when I got it. It was a gift from my mom. Growing up, I always loved to play basketball, and this jersey represents that. This was a jersey given to me by my mom. When I was younger, she always knew how much I loved to play basketball, and always helped me for as long as I played. As a kid, I never really got into playing video games, and I always loved being outside. And since there was a park right behind my house, basketball was how I spent a lot of my free time. Growing up, I was someone who suffered from social anxiety, and basketball helped me with that because you never know who you're going to play with. You play with people from all walks of life, and it's something that people play all over the world. And that's another reason why I loved it, because it's something that I love, and it's helped me become better socially. Next, this is a picture of 12-year-old me in a whole new world with no clue what's ahead, with my dad living in Japan. This is at a mall, and this is me in front of the big Buddha. This was a picture of 12-year-old me living in Japan. I lived there with my father until I was 16. He was in the military. We lived in a city called Yokosuka, which is right outside of Tokyo. And this helped shape who I am because we as people, we live in a box. We know what the city we live in. We know the music we listen to. We know the way we dress. And until we get outside of that box, we never get outside of that box and get exposed to new experiences. We never expand. And this picture represents me getting out of that box and learning new things. Some examples of how this emulates me are, now I'm someone that likes to try a lot of new food. I like to go to a lot of places. I've been to multiple countries, Japan, South Korea, Italy. And I love listening to all kinds of music, just not what's popular around here. I listen to everything, whether it be, rap, R&B, country, opera, indie, anything. But so this really helped shape who I am. And last but not least, this is a camera that I hold very dear to my heart. In 2021, I bought this camera, not necessarily to become a photographer, but mainly just to document my life. I think it really helps in life when you look back and see yourself from maybe 6 months or a year ago and see everything you accomplished, and that's exactly what this does for me. It documents my life, and it would be pretty cool to watch in 15 to 20 years. The way this camera reflects who I am is by showing how of an innovative person I am, always looking to push forward and find better ways to find ways to better myself, whether that be physically or mentally. And so that's pretty much it. In conclusion, these few things are can paint a picture of my personality and who I am. And these three things give a broad perspective on how I am. The jersey indicated how I overcame my social awkwardness and one of my passions growing up, something I still love to do but don't do as much. The picture shows how I was able to expand my horizon and finally get out of my comfort zone and be open-minded to a lot of things in life. And lastly, the camera showed my urge in bettering myself and documenting my goals and seeing my progress. And it would also be a cool documentary to watch in 15 to 20 years, like I said. But in conclusion, I appreciate all of you for listening and getting a glimpse of who I am. Hopefully there were some things that we could relate, some traits of me that you may see in yourself. And I'm very interested in learning about you all. Thank you for taking the time to listen.